The Latest in the Gayest podcast is intended for listening by adult members of the LGBTQIA+ community and their allies. Discussions may contain material not suitable for folks under the age of 18. Listener discretion is advised. This week, we put the Miss Thing in mischief.
And we give some queer counseling for this back-to-school season. All this and more on the latest.
And the gayest.
And welcome back to an episode of a podcast that many would call, actually most would call, The Latest and the Gayest with me, one of your hosts, Josh, and my other host.
Hello. Hi. Me, Alex. Yes, thank you so much for joining us. We're here. We're queer. And what else would people call this show?
That gay podcast, the gay show,
The latest
Alex
in
and
the
Josh's podcast.
Yeah, the latest in the
Slayest.
Slayest. Hey.
Um,
Hey, Diva. Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, I've been obsessed with that fucking.
Hey, how y'all
lately.
doing?
I don't know why it has such a hold in my life right now.
That I feel like that clip has had a hold on your life like ever since the new year began.
I won't shut up about it. I'll just always, hey,
How y'all
well,
doing?
actually, when did we? It was a little bit before Christmas when we first started talking about the podcast.
Yeah, because we started planning the show in October
Oh yeah, I think this
of
was like
last year.
this
Yeah,
time. I think I'm just trying to think because like we're almost like what day did the first episode come out?
in February. I don't remember the exact
Okay,
date, but it was in February.
okay. Because I saw somewhere that 2023 is in less than 4 months.
That's like insane to me.
So
Because it's already
it's coming.
it genuinely is like didn't it was like 2020 like 2 minutes
15 minutes
ago.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah. And now we're like 4 months away from the year 2023.
Yeah, unfortunately. And it's just a stressful month, honestly.
Oh.
Because we're getting close to the end of the year. Student debt might be back in the house.
Mm. Oh God.
And I want to vomit. Oh my god. It's just these are godless times.
They truly are.
Godless times.
Yeah. It this month has just been like such a roller coaster of stress for me because it's it's such a tough life being a social influencer.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm trying to balance like all this shit of like doing the podcast and keeping up with everything with the show, working. I just started a new job,
Mm-hmm.
so balancing that.
You're moving
Also,
soon.
I'm moving soon, which is very expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's there is yeah, we've already done like we've put the security deposit down. We've sent in like the first and half month's rent because they're having us do like because I know like some places have you do like first and last for like
Mm-hmm.
in security deposit or whatever, but this place we did a security deposit and then they had us do since we're moving in kind of closer. It's like towards the end of August, but like not exactly at the
Mm-hmm.
end of August. They're charging us for like half of August, like for
Okay.
rent, because we're
Yeah,
moving
yeah,
it. It's like the last week or so, like the last full week in August.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they're charging us for like half that prorated. Yeah, and then the first month's rent, which would be September. But it's still like, we've already put all that down. But then there's
You
also,
just gotta slap that down.
yeah, we've done
Moving
all,
expenses.
there's moving expenses, there's like packing and making sure that, and then even once we
Is this
get
place
all our,
furnished?
what?
Is this place gonna be furnished?
No, we're bringing our own shit.
Yeah, that's see, because then you gotta like furnishing, then you gotta
Yeah.
hot. Oh, good luck. Good luck.
There's stuff that we've like, because there's stuff that, we're kind of that we have some stuff on our own, but
Mm-hmm.
there's also stuff that we're gonna be like, we have to like steal from like my parents and Lance's mom and
Oh well.
like there so it like because for example we're taking um this couch that Lance's mom has
Mm-hmm.
because she's moving um at the beginning of September.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people
um
moving around in your life right now.
oh my God, girl, you have no idea.
Because I was about to
This
ask, like, your mom's selling her house, so like, does she have any furniture or stuff that you can take?
Not really. She's actually
Darn.
no, I mean there's not really even much that I want, to be honest.
Drag. Okay.
Well,
Drag your mom.
I don't know. I some of the I mean most of the stuff has also already been sold,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, and it's there's just not a ton of stuff that I'd want because we're getting a decent amount of stuff like from people. So and then anything but we still have to like figure out, even after we steal stuff from people,
Mm-hmm.
um what do we need to purchase ourselves? What can we like ask people for? What
Mm-hmm.
like can we do?
And what do you need
Because
immediately? What can you put off?
mm-hmm.
Um.
Oh
Also,
yeah.
that kind of reminds me. Should we warn the people that we have only two more
Oh
episodes?
my God, yeah.
Oh,
Guys,
no,
it's been so
guys.
we have a very sad announcement to make.
I mean, not
This
so sad. Like,
well, that is true. It's not incredibly sad,
no
but
one's dying. We're not
no,
canceled.
I this is my last day on Earth. Peace out. Um no,
I'm spending it on.
I'm spending it recording a podcast, yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Um this is going to be our third to last episode, kind
Yes,
of.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
on August 30th will be the very last episode of season 1 of The Latest and the Gayest. But do not
boo.
fret because we will be coming back for a season 2. It will not be until next year. It will not be until 2023, but do not fret. We are not going anywhere
Yes,
because Josh and I are just so committed to bringing all of you the high quality content that you deserve.
of course. And also, like, maybe this is a bit. Maybe in the next meeting we should discuss like the exact details of like when you can expect us to be back and when you can. I'm having a stroke. What you can expect going forward
Yeah,
for the pod.
you'll know.
You'll know.
We will, yeah, we will let you know, but you know, thank you to everybody who's, you know, brought us a lot, come kind of been with us on this wild and crazy journey. It's it's been a very interesting experience, I think, for the both of us.
Oh yeah,
And this was something that we had never done before, and everything that we did and everything that we learned and everything that we had put into this, we kind of just were like pulling out of our ass
oh yeah.
because we don't.
I stay pulling shit out of my ass.
Oh, he
I
Joshua
mean,
Joshua be pulling shit on the daily out of that butt of his.
actually,
But
actually, I've been really into entering my hoe era. No, I've been in my hoe era, but I've been
are
picking up on
you
her
have you been
lately.
hoeing out lately?
A little, yeah.
Ooh,
And I would say I'm
the
ashamed, but
tea,
not.
the tea is piping. Look,
Me.
you're in your early 20s. Now
I'm
is the time to hoe it up.
I just
You're
turned 24. I'm in my mid 20s.
I think mid 20s starts when you're like 25.
I think mid 20s is 24 to 26, and then late 20s is 27 on.
You think?
Yeah. Well, either way, in a year, I'm halfway to 50. I'll be.
Well,
And just
that's
also
that's
a very
that's
premature
it.
announcement. I'm planning on having a birthday party for my 25th birthday.
Oh,
Depending on
you're
depending on
already
where my roommate and I decide to move to, and if there's enough space for a party, I'm probably gonna have a 25th birthday party,
Are you
which you're
gonna
invited to.
plan like a half centennial
Yes.
birthday
Wait,
extravaganza?
Centennial is,
Is centennial 100 years?
I don't know.
It is. Okay, we have
So this is
confirmation.
not, but it's quad centennial?
Well, because it's half centennial.
Because
Because
bicentennial is
oh
50.
no, that's true. Half centennial would be 50.
So
So quad centennial.
we're going with it. We're
You
rolling
know
with it.
what? Fuck it.
My
It's
quad centennial birthday party.
Josh's quad
Um,
centennial birthday extravaganza.
honey.
Honey. And speaking of half centennials,
Let's take a
let's
break.
take a break. And we're back. And now it is time to quandarize about a few things in the news for everyone's favorite gay news segment. And I really hope everyone, because if not, I'm going to look like an idiot. And that's going to be on y'all. And I'm going to
And
come for you.
honestly, y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
So let's get into some queer quandaries. And let's get into this week's top stories.
Let's.
Oh, yes, Diva. So,
Oh yeah, honey. Okay, go ahead.
so recently, a realtor in Dallas, Texas, has been making some headways by helping LGBTQ plus couples flee their homes in the Lone Star State. Flee Texas was created by Bob McCrane, a realtor in Dallas who runs the Texas Pride Realty. He came up with Flee Texas to help LGBTQ plus homeowners not just to sell their homes, but also to connect them with other LGBTQ plus or affirming realtors in a better state to help them purchase their new home.
Hmm.
In an interview with The Advocate, Bob said, I've been in Texas since 1987, and I have seen this state transform into a juggernaut of right wing conservatism. As LGBTQIA plus citizens of Texas, many of us feel at risk. If you feel the need to leave the jurisdiction of Texas, let us help you sell your property here and connect you with an LGBTQIA plus or ally agent in a better location of your choice. Now, this is not surprising to me at all, given, the way that Texas has kind of gone downhill, especially earlier this year when Texas Governor Greg Abbott used a legal opinion from the state's attorney general to declare that gender affirming care for trans kids was child abuse. Remember
I remember
that?
that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes,
Um.
Diva. Actually, and this is actually kind of interesting. So, fun fact, I don't know if y'all remember this, but a couple episodes back, I talked about this girl and her family, Kai Shapley.
Mm-hmm.
She like kind of dragged Independence Day. She was
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
kind of stupid, but like whatever, happy Independence Day.
N-
Kai and her family were actually one of many who were helped by Bob.
I love
So
that.
they were able to like sell their home and finally get into a better state through the help of Bob and the Texas Pride Realty. So,
Beautiful.
oh yeah, Steva. So go check out that, and it's honestly just like I, it's the thing is it's sad that like things have had to get to this point.
Sad but not surprising.
That's true as well. Yeah. It's just like people, it's people are literally having to like, people who have considered states like this their home for the longest time are now having to be like, yeah, if I stay here any longer, I think I'm gonna like probably get murdered.
Probably get hate crimes. Probably go to jail.
Yeah. So
And existing is
it's
dangerous here.
yep, literally just walking is like a dangerous thing now. So it's gonna be a no from me, dog.
It's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Yeah, but it's just like the fact that but in Texas, it's like Josh said, it's not surprising, but it is kind of like sad.
It's sad, but it's also I'm happy that these people are kind of taking initiative, and I'm happy that there's resources to support them.
Yes.
I'm just not happy that those resources are uh it's unfortunate that those necessities are necessities at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean kind of in the same not kind of the same, but also not quite the same. According to Local 10 News, a Broward LGBTQ teen has been filmed being attacked on the basis of their identity for the second time. Uh, Black trans individual. I'm sorry. Also, want to like a lot of the articles I read about this did not talk much about this person's identity or gender. Because some just said like LGBTQ teen, some said a trans teen. So sorry if I'm misgendering or dead naming it all here. So a black LGBTQ teen, Chad Sanford, was invited to spend time with a group of friends. And then when Chad arrived, the group of teens in the videotaped themselves attacking and brutalizing them. And this is the second time this has happened to this individual. About this time last year, because this video that's happened recently was taking place at a park, and then there's another video from about a year ago of them being attacked at just in school. Um,
Uh,
Chad's grandmother also spoke with Local 10 News about how students would call Chad homophobic slurs and spitting on them. The two teens who assaulted Sanford have been arrested on misdemeanor charges. And I think when I last checked, they might have been upgraded to felonies. Sanford no longer attends the Deerfield Beach Middle School where these assaults have taken place.
good.
This is in southern Florida, I think.
Of course it's in
Of course,
Florida.
it's Florida.
Of course it's Florida. Oh my, you know what? I'm sorry. I look, I love Disney World as much as the next gay. Like, but that state needs to be blown off the map.
It needs to global
Like,
warming needs to take it quicker.
like genuinely. It that somebody just get like a hacksaw and just like like send it off to sea. Like I Mickey and Minnie will be fine.
Yeah, that'll be fine. They have plenty
We've
of money.
we've we've still got Disneyland in California.
Exactly. And also I
And
want to say too, like
we can just like expand that and then we'll
we
be fine.
expand, yeah.
Yeah, just expand Disneyland. We'll be fine. That state has just gone so like ass
So
backwards.
south, yeah,
Yeah, it's
literally.
like
Um
terrifying.
and this is kind of like I'm not sure like how directly related this is, but I can't imagine that like things like the Don't Say Gay bill aren't affecting this at all, and that they're not like
I mean, it certainly doesn't help.
it's certainly not helping.
Yeah,
And the fact that this
but
is the second time that like kids like literally like this Sanford's only like I think 14. These are not like high
yeah,
schoolers. These are
no, these are
pretty
young
young
kids,
people.
and this is
People
this
old
is
enough to videotape
exactly.
themselves assaulting like each other. Like it's
Yep.
insane.
Mhm. And this is just like the thing that we a lot of people like to make the case of people are just born like naturally violent or something like that.
Mm-mm,
Like all these things like homophobia, racism, sexism, all that kind of stuff, it's taught.
mm-mm,
You it Children are, these impressionable things, and you force these ideologies and these beliefs onto your kids, and they're going to grow up to become hateful, bigoted people who and it's just like this is also just like middle school. I Middle school fucking sucks.
dog.
I genuinely don't know a single person who had a decent middle school experience. And if you
Actually,
did, then you probably peaked.
honestly, yeah. And here's the thing too about like I actually talked to my friend about this the other day. Um, During middle school is probably it. Middle school is truly the worst because that's a it's easy. It's easy stuff to learn,
Yeah.
and there's not a lot going on. So like the bullying is probably going to be at its height in
Oh
middle school.
yeah. Oh
Because in high
yeah.
school, we're all trying to get to college. The kids doing sports. We're all kind of too busy to bully.
Well,
Mm.
in certain aspects, but
in
continue.
certain aspects. But I think the middle school, you kind of like get the worst because also when you get to high school, you get into your cliques, and it's kind of like
That's true.
a herd. There's safety in numbers.
That yeah,
So
you kind of meet your brigade.
hmm you
Well,
have more support. Where middle school, it's
yeah.
a little different.
Well, you know what's funny though? When I was in middle school, I think I actually had like more of a quote unquote like nerd brigade than I
hmm
did when I was in high school. Because like I hung
Really,
around, I had, well, like, because in middle school, I
actually, wait.
had,
We have a segment on this. Let's
oh,
let's
that's,
save.
you know what? That's a good point. We'll get into that later. I'll talk about my middle school trauma another time.
Well, later today.
That, there you go. Um, so, as a lot of you know, there's this big argument that conservatives like to make when they're being homophobic. And it is that they think, being trans or gay or bi or what have you is a choice, it's a trend. Because they think, why would you choose to be gay? Why would you choose to do this? Um, However, recently, two scientists who authored a study published this month in Pediatrics say that they have finally found scientific proof that social pressure is not producing this phenomenon of people coming out as trans. Lead author of the study, Dr. Jack Turbin, said, quote, "There's been a lot of discussion, not so much within pediatric gender medicine or among researchers, but more so among political pundits and in the political arena of this notion that many adolescents are coming to identify as transgender due to social contagion. There hasn't been much convincing evidence to put forward to suggest that this is true, but the one piece of tangible evidence people have pointed to is the so called sex ratio, which, according to Jack, is the ratio of youth who were assigned female at birth coming out as trans versus those who were assigned male at birth coming out as trans. He continued on to give a very detailed explanation about the research, which we don't have all the time in the world to get into, but I will
hmm
attach the link to the study and to the research down below in the description of this episode, so go check it out.
hmm
And now you finally have some scientific proof to shove down a conservative's face when they try to tell you that being gay or being trans is a choice.
And
But
if it were a choice, I'd still choose it,
and you know what?
bitch.
Honestly, that's the thing. I'm like, let's just let's just humor me for a second and say that being gay is a choice, okay? But
It's fun.
how like, yeah, when you're straight, I get it, you probably don't get hate crimed as much, but like, it's just so boring.
Yeah, we have like drag shows, the Chromatica Ball. We
We
have Pride. What does
have
straight
you
have? Cornhole,
have you bocce ball?
bocce ball. Yeah,
Yeah,
does this feel like a
it's like boob. Yeah. Have you been oh, excuse me.
disgusting?
Disgusting. Have you been seeing those videos going around of people in like bathrooms at like the stadiums where the Chromatica Ball is happening?
Yes,
Those fucking places are turning into like orgies.
bathhouses.
I keep seeing all these videos pop up like on TikTok and all everywhere else. It's just like I'm just trying to like use the bathroom at the Chromatica Ball, and like in the next stall over, somebody's getting like their back blown out.
Which I think is a little inappropriate. I gotta say. I gotta say,
It like
gay
at a
girls,
concert,
we gotta not be doing this.
at a concert.
Yeah, go to back to your hotel. Go back to your hotel, or like
That
go to the Arby's down the street, but don't be doing it there.
go do it in the Wendy's parking lot, just not in Gillette Stadium.
Please, no, no, please.
Have
Don't
it
do it.
No, not don't put Gillette Stadium through all that trauma.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I just they
You, oh my god, have you seen that like video? It's this, it's like this person, and they go, homosexuals damn homosexuals. I
Oh
should use.
wait, yes, yes,
He's
yes,
like
yes,
wearing the
yes.
glasses and like the head wrap. Oh my god, it kills me. It kills
Mm.
me.
Hey, Joe Biden. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to
I don't,
rethink some of these
I don't know
rights.
about
Yeah,
these
I'm
rights.
not. I'm
I
not
don't know
feeling
about
it.
these rights.
I'm not feeling it.
Maybe we should be saying gay.
Maybe we
Anyway,
should. Maybe we should rethink some of this shit.
maybe we should. Yeah. All right. I'll
Somebody,
ask.
somebody
Oh, good.
take their poppers away. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, low key. They're like really bad for you. I'm pretty sure. Maybe we'll do a thing about it. Um, According to AlJazeera.com, a global LGBTQ event in Taiwan has been canceled. For some background, China considers Taiwan to be a territory and not a sovereign nation. For other international events, such as the Olympics, Taiwan calls itself Chinese Taipei. However, there was plans for a 2025 World Pride Taiwan event after receiving the rights from Interpride. This would have been the first World Pride event in all of East Asia, and it was canceled because it may complicate tensions already existing in that area. So basically, what happened was this World Pride Taiwan event, uh, because it was called World Pride Taiwan because it was being held in Taiwan, would have been seen as like it being legitimized as a what's the word, a independent nation.
Oh yeah.
So they basically had to cancel it. Well, they didn't have to, but organizers decided that canceling it would be the best course of action, just to not cause any. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh.
Not to
Oh.
cause any further complications. And I'm pretty sure. Let me like double check this quick because I just clicked in my head right now. I think Nancy Pelosi just went to Taiwan.
Did she really?
Yeah,
Miss Pelosi.
yeah. She just went to Taiwan, and that like just to, I guess, I don't know, because politicians go to places. I guess I don't really know why she went to Taiwan. And it was seen as like this really big like kind of issue because,
Yeah.
like I just said, like American the Speaker of the House just went to Taiwan, basically recognizing it as its own independent thing,
Mhm.
and China was kind of like, "Yo, don't fucking do that."
It's like they're bitches.
Yeah,
Don't be
these bitches are, yeah, no, like
don't be
they're claiming ownership of it, and
yeah,
Pelosi's getting flack for going
yeah.
there.
It's like when the little brother get when one of the siblings like gets something and the other sibling doesn't,
Hmm.
and they're like, why does he get this? He doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, no, it's kind of insane over there.
It's kind of playing that. Anyway, speaking of Nancy Pelosi,
Oh my god.
let's take a break.
Let's.
And we're back. And now, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, it's time to go over what happened this week in pop culture. All right, first up, we are starting off the bat with a little bit of a wild one. If you thought that this man was done with his wild shenanigans,
Oh my god.
you might have been wrong because it is still, in fact, happening. Drummer to the iconic rock band Motley Crue, Mr. Tommy Lee, has recently been making some news because, and I'm not joking about this. Recently, the Twitter, the singer, the drummer, yeah. Recently, the drummer posted a literal picture of his schlong on his Twitter account.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
Post it
not
on
joking.
Instagram?
No, it's it was taken down from Facebook and Instagram, but it is, I'm not joking, as we are recording this, it is still up on Twitter. Go look up Tommy Lee on Twitter and you will see the picture. It is literally him naked with his penis out. So yeah, that happens. Anyway, next up, this week, Deadline reported that trans non-binary actor Zoe Terakis will be playing a key role in the upcoming Marvel series set for Disney Plus, Ironheart, which, as we know, is also set to feature the iconic Miss Shea Coulee, winner of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars Season 5 and top 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 7 all winners.
Ooh, good.
Fans are extremely excited to finally see some trans non-binary representation coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So this is definitely going to be one to watch for the gays. Keep your eyes peeled for more news on Ironheart. Next up, fans of the singers Tegan and Sarah are feeling closer than ever recently after watching the new trailer for their new Amazon freebie show, High School, which is going to be a live-action depiction of the singer's best-selling memoir of the same name. TikTokers Rayleigh and Cecilian Gilland, not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, will be making their TV debuts playing Tegan and Sarah, respectively. The series is set to show the romance, trials, and tribulations of how they worked their way through their years of high school trauma as two queer young women. So be sure to check out High School, premiering October 14th on Freebie. Next up, Jeanette McCurdy has finally released her memoir entitled I'm Glad My Mom Died, and she is spilling all the tea about her relationship with her mom and how much she hated her. Working on iCarly and her life during that time period. And what really has some of the fans going, however, is there is apparently some extra hot tea about what it was like to work with Ariana Grande during the filming of Sam and Cat. Because during that time frame, this is when Ariana's career was starting to take off during her Yours Truly era. And there is apparently a lot of tea about what, because Ariana was starting to become famous in the music industry, and there were times when she had to miss work to go sing and perform at the Billboard Music Awards, and Jeanette was like, I ain't having it, this bitch is tripping. So the book has already sold out on Amazon, but I just continue to check back because this is going to be one to read, and I can't wait. So go check out Jeanette McCurdy's memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died. Finally, fans of Big Time Rush were treated to an extra special treat this week at one of their concerts because, as we know, the hit Nickelodeon band has recently come back together to do a tour, a packed stadium tour to sing all of their classics. And fans were extremely excited because this week at one of their concerts, the original girl that BTR filmed their hit song Worldwide with, Caitlin Tarver, was actually at one of their concerts, and she had just like she did in the music video, she had a sign that says I Heart Kendall, and she was picked out from the audience to go up on stage with the band and do the song Worldwide with them, and everyone's inner childhood is screaming, and just my childhood is complete right now, and I just could not be happier. But speaking of Big Time Rush, let's take a break.
And hello, welcome back to our first segment of this episode. What the fuck did I say like that? Of these episodes.
Of these guy, they make out and they say,
I hate myself. Oh my god.
I have boyfriend from internet.
Internet. He says to me, you want to make out. I say, okay.
Yeah.
The first segment.
They pay the once, the twice,
The three
the three times. And then you say, okay, I am finished.
I'm having a stroke. The first segment of this episode where we talk about, I think there's something about villainy that the gays connect to.
Oh, fully.
There's something about being up to no good.
Oh.
Something about causing issues, making a scene.
You can't deny that some of the gays' favorite people from movies are the villains.
Look at Wanda.
It's
She's fucking killing folks left and right,
hello.
and the
Yeah,
gay's like,
well,
OMG, mother.
yeah, literally, she could like the gays. Wanda could like slaughter an entire field of people just
Children. Yeah.
for fun, just for fun, and the gays would still be like, "Yas, queen."
Mother was so cunt for this. Oh my
You
god.
do. Did you see? Did you see that tweet from Eve 6000 about it was the video and she was like Jamie Lee Curtis was so mother for this, and it was that one clip.
Yes.
Oh my!
Oh
If
my
y'all
god.
don't, if y'all are looking for a good time on Twitter, go follow Eve 6000 from Canada's Drag Race season 2. She is so fucking funny. She's so funny. Anyway, villainy.
Villainy. Let's get
We
into it.
love we love villains, and today we're going to talk about some of our favorite villains, fruity and non-fruity, because we
Well,
don't discriminate here.
I think if you're a villain of any notoriety, there's
Yeah.
a case to be made about your fruit
Oh,
levels.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Because it's funny. I actually talked about this with Lance a couple of weeks ago. I was like, I think if I was in, like a superhero movie of some kind, I don't think I'd be the superhero, but I also don't think I'd be the villain. I'd be like the anti-hero, kind of like a Deadpool situation
Mm-hmm.
where I kind of just like fuck around and do whatever I want.
I would be the notable henchman of a villain.
I could see that for you.
So like
But you'd be
I'm
you'd,
not
you'd
like
be you'd be
Thanos.
kind of like Pain or Panic.
I'm that blue bitch, yeah.
Yeah, like Pain, like from Hercules, like Pain and
Mm-hmm.
Panic, just kind of like,
Them.
but you'd be like the extra fruity, like always has a sassy comeback of some kind.
And like I don't die in the movie. I get away and I'm a main antagonist 3 movies down the line.
And then you get like a breakout Disney Plus series a couple
Oh yeah,
years
I don't get my
later.
movie. I get a breakout Disney Plus and then that yeah, totally. That's me.
Anyway, let's get into some villainy.
Let's do it.
I just this is one that I just need to bring up because this woman was a cornerstone in my gay awakening as a child. And I know what you're thinking. It is not Harley, but
I was
Harley what
thinking we're
it's
talking
not
about Harley again.
I mean I could talk about Harley Quinn for ages, but my first person on my list is Jinx from Teen Titans.
Oh yeah.
The bitch with the
Purple.
purple hair. She had the magic. She was flipping around. She was twirling. She was
Oh
causing
yeah.
hexes. She was cursing her enemies, and she was like the bad bitch of like the Hive Five. And she like even in the fifth season of Teen Titans, she goes through this whole journey of like, actually, maybe I'm not so bad. Maybe these guys are just idiots, and I need to rebrand myself. And then she
Hmm.
like becomes a hero, and it's kind of cunt
Love that.
and it's kind of fierce.
She's
But
like,
yeah, Jinx was just like the personification of like flips, twirls, spins, like sassy comebacks, everything that like a gay kid would want in a villain was
mm,
Jinx. It
oh
was Jinx.
yeah,
Oh
it
yeah.
was Jinx.
Hmm.
Uh, so for my first pick, did you watch Billy and Mandy as a kid?
Of course.
Okay, person, you'll know who this is. So my first pick, she's not like a villain, but she's definitely like an antagonist in the
Yeah.
story. I picked Ares, the goddess of chaos.
Oh my
She
God.
she truly was just exactly what it says, just chaotic. Every
Oh,
episode that she was in, madness was going to ensue.
oh, it's there's nothing you knew that when that bitch showed up, it was gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be a good episode. And
Oh
the thing
yeah.
too is she like her blonde hair and like her like Grecian like robe thing that she would wear.
Yeah.
She just looked cool to me as a
Oh,
kid. I was like,
fully.
oh, she's serving.
The
And then also
the
like
flowiness. It
flowiness,
was
just like
yeah,
she was like ethereal but like
chaotic.
insane,
Yeah.
chaotic. She was chaotic,
Literally.
and she's had like so many good one-liners. She and like the episode of like that stupid apple, and they're all like fucking around. Um, I just like out of something better too is just like my brand of like nonsense, and in the just in the most beautiful way.
Yeah, she genuinely was just like you couldn't she was like the bimbo that I
Hmm.
think like she was like the bimbo that every like gay kid was just like kind of slay, kind
Wait,
of
wait, I'm gay. Yeah.
kind of cunt.
Ooh, she's serving.
But speaking of Cartoon Network villains
Yeah, we.
going down this path again, I think the oh, hello.
Hello.
Drop my phone. Um, I think like the the gay villain, him,
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah, that's
him
true. Him.
from the Powerpuff Girls. If there is a personification of a queer villain, it's him.
Oh
And
yeah.
if y'all don't know who we're talking about, first of all, who are you? Second, if y'all like watched the Powerpuff Girls growing up, which hello, it was like the lobster with the claws and the high pitched like him just transcended gender.
Oh, of
It was
course.
it was just like the most gender bending like villain that I think anybody had ever seen. And I think it was not to sound like cheesy, but a little groundbreaking.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, is it kind of like
It's
cheesy?
complicated. It's complicated because part of this conversation is like it's kind of like problematic to to take villainy and like queer code it,
Yeah.
but also like to some people it's like you're becoming aware of it. So like
Oh, absolutely.
not perfect, but definitely groundbreaking. I'd say definitely
Yeah.
influential.
Oh, absolutely. It was very influential on a lot of the like oh my God, the young gays grown up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hmm.
My next person I want to talk about, and so I'm trying to think, because I don't want to do too many cartoons in a row. But should we just get the cartoons out of the way?
I literally all of my villains are cartoons.
Okay, that's fair. Well, then I'll do my
So,
last. I'll do my last cartoon one then.
okay.
The last cartoon one I had that at least for me, was Ursula,
Oh, of course.
of course,
She,
because she got to work. The
oh,
thing is,
fully.
she was efficient and she achieved her goals. Like she got stabbed,
Ursula was a
but
business professional.
a professional.
She was
She
like,
she
you want
schemed
to
her way.
you want to get that dick? We'll let's make a trade here, babe.
Mhm.
You want that dick? You want that human dick?
And you
Voice.
better be getting it.
I
Voice,
want
hand it
your
over.
voice box.
Hand it over right
I want it, and then you can get legs, and you can go like wrap your legs around that man and snatch him up.
and then she like gets she like I
With
think she like goes behind her back and fucking
which
and then
also like
she goes to freaking like sorry, go ahead.
which also like great message for young kids.
Mhm.
Like, if you want to get a guy, change yourself.
Change yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but also like she goes trying being like, hey, your daughter's about to get fucked up if you don't give
Oh.
me the Triton and if you don't give me your powers,
Oh, yeah.
honey, hand over the spear thingy.
She knew exactly what she was doing.
And it
And
was just it to me is like it was so satisfying to see. I like it when the villains succeed in
oh,
a narrative
absolutely. Yeah.
because it's very compelling.
Oh, absolutely. She's professional.
Professional, and she got shit done.
Hmm. Um, kind of in still, it's funny. My next two are actually like both Disney villains.
Okay, the perfect
Um,
transition.
so, Captain Hook
Mhm,
from Peter Pan.
mhm.
You can't deny
So
that
well,
that man.
so
You
well.
can't deny that that man was a little bit fruity.
Very fruity.
That man like pranced around and like even when he was like jumping on the rocks to like avoid the alligator
Uh huh.
that was trying to like eat his ass. You cannot deny that that man was there. There is a little bit of a limp wrist going on in that hook.
Oh yeah, that limp hooked,
A limp hook, yeah, fully.
fully, honey.
Yeah, Captain Hook, I feel like is I feel like he would in like if it was into like today, He would be like, one of those like old P-Town gays who kind of like
Oh my,
he
yeah, would
one of those
be.
like old bearded P-Town gays who kind of just like, who's probably like gone through some shit in their
Gone through
life.
some shit, yeah, in their early 20s, but then now is like
Yeah.
has a good like tech job and like makes a lot of
Yeah.
money in the Cape because
Oh
they
yeah.
work from home.
Yep. Yeah.
Good
He
for
would
her.
that's what I feel like Captain Hook would be.
Absolutely, and also just like his like costuming. Is that
Mm.
would you say costuming for a
Oh.
cartoon?
Oh yeah. No. When you're when I was a kid, there was nothing that I wanted more than one of those like jackets that kind of had like the long flowy back to it
Hmm.
that like when you
Oh
walked
yeah, yeah, yeah.
around it like fluttered a little bit. I thought that was so cunt. I
It
thought that
was.
was so fierce. And I wanted like one of those like long jackets that just like fluttered when you walked in. And I thought that was the fiercest thing on earth.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that was like Captain Hook.
Some of my other ones are a little out there for
No,
definition of a villain.
okay.
Yzma from Emperor's New Groove.
She was on my list.
Um,
She was on my
and also, and
list.
by extension as well, Kronk is also
Oh,
pretty fruity.
oh, absolutely. Oh my
Because Yzma,
God.
like, I'll
The
never when she like with this, and she pulls out her leg, and they're like, ah, and then she lifts it up, and there's a knife. I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah, pull the
yeah,
lever, Kronk. Just like the absolute like glamour
the
that
glamour, yes,
Yzma exuded
uh,
was like she just it was like if Cruella de Vil was like they like turned the camp up on
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
Cruella and then like gave her maybe like a little bit of a pansexual vibe.
Hmm.
That's Yzma.
And then Kronk himself is like big himbo energy.
Oh, he's a he. Kronk is a he they. Kronk is a he they.
He is.
He they of the day. Kronk
He day
from
of the
Emperor's
day.
New Groove. You cannot deny that Kronk has like slept his way around, but he's just like a big dumb like lovable kind of like oaf.
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
gets his booty blasted on the weekends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kronk,
Oh yeah.
he they of the day.
I was gonna make a case. I'm trying to think because it's really out there for like a villain status,
Okay.
but I guess definitely like antagonist. Mr.
Okay.
Mosey from the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Definitely
Oh.
like as from like the boys' perspective.
I mean, I guess, yeah, because he was always trying to get
Enforce the
involved, and
rules
yeah, he was always like, the strict figure on the show, which I guess to the young kids at the time would have
is
been
the
like,
antagonist.
yeah, he's trying to, rain on my parade.
Exactly.
So
And something about how
I could
Mr. Mosby
definitely
is
see
played
that.
is like to me at least, that character I could
Oh,
see.
I could definitely see Mosby like having a husband.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mosby's definitely I could see that for him.
I don't want again. It's like villain is like a pretty strong word
Yeah, I
for.
wouldn't say villain, but more just like kind of
I was
antagonistic
I was
presence.
really trying to think outside the box with that one
Yeah, I guess to young kids, maybe.
to kids. Yeah, well, because that's when
Yeah,
usually when the villain the term villain makes sense.
that's true. Yeah, but anyway, speaking of Mr. Mosby, let's take a break. And we're back. Oh my God. Okay, so some of y'all youngins out there, this
Hmm.
one's for you. So,
Absolutely.
the all you youngins out there, and I say that like I'm not currently 22 years old, but
You're
anyway,
22.
I'm
Oh my
20. I
god.
mean, I as we are recording this, I am still 22 years old, but I will be 23 in a couple weeks, so it's going to be very interesting. I'm only a couple of years away from my mid 20s, which
Hmm.
is
It's
in
coming.
your you're like pretty much there.
I'm there. I'm knocking on the door. I'm basically at death's door. I'm retiring next year.
Yeah,
It's insane.
in gay years, that's like
Oh,
legally dead.
in gay years, I've been deceased.
You've passed your
I'm
prime.
prehistoric. Yeah.
You passed your prime millennia ago.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, back to school. It's coming. It's happening. Nobody likes it, but we're going to
Hmm.
talk about it.
Unfortunately.
Now, Josh and I may no longer be in school, but we both have gone through the trials and tribulations and trauma of, being a young gay person in school. And whether it's
Public
elementary
school.
school, middle school, high school, or college, we know what's going on. We know the tea. We know the shit. And today we are going to bring you sort of a gays declassified school survival guide with a few like back to school tips on how
Hmm.
you can be your best self this school year, but also like better survive the school year as a queer person.
Absolutely.
Now, this is one that I think applies for like any year, whether it's high school, college, middle school, what have you.
Hmm.
If you are, I guess more so high school and college, but like if if you know that you're gay and you know that you're queer, you you I guess this one actually is kind of more for like the gay men out there.
Hmm.
If you are trying to like, carve out a spot to be like well liked, you do not have to like immediately adopt the personality of like the catty, like shady, like bitchy gay kid who's always like shading people and is just being a bitch for like the sake of being a bitch.
You will become her eventually. It happens to all of us.
You'll get a little bit of that inside of you. Don't you worry. But you do not immediately have to adopt that personality to get people to like you.
However, at the same time, don't demonize that personality either.
I mean, I guess that's true,
Don't
but
adopt it, but don't be like, don't be that girl that's like, I'm not like the other gays. I'm just a normal guy that happens to be gay.
oh yeah,
Don't be like her. Don't be her.
like the pick me version
Pick
of
version of the gays.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you're
you
like
are you, and I want you to be you. But like,
I don't watch that RuPaul's Drag Race shit. I don't
honey,
listen to
you
I
will. You
don't
will
listen to
eventually.
yeah, it's like I don't listen to Katy Perry.
Or Lady Gaga.
Um,
I
yeah, and
listen
it's
to
like,
Kid
who's your,
Cudi and Post Malone. Who
yeah,
cares?
who's your favorite actress? Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer
I'm
Coolidge.
like, you're gay. Just
Hey,
fucking go with it.
um, but I agree with that too. Yeah, don't feel
Yeah.
pressured to like, just because you're gay doesn't mean you need to act stereotypically gay.
Hmm.
But just know that it's a lot of fun.
I just like let that blossom.
Yeah, let it come naturally.
As cheesy as it sounds, just let that come naturally to you
Hmm.
because you're gonna like if you just like start. I feel like if you just start out the gate as like the shady bitchy like the shady bitchy cunty like popular gay or whatever, you're either gonna like be one of those gays that like peaks in high school and then kind of like has a shitty afterlife,
Hmm.
or you're gonna like make some enemies real quick.
You can make some enemies. You're gonna like pin a target on your back, and it's just not gonna help your situation at all.
Yeah, and then you're gonna be like, I just don't understand why people don't like me. And it's like, you don't need to be bitchy
Yeah.
to be likable. You don't need to be catty to be
Hmm.
likable. Just be yourself.
Years. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just be
I'm on a bump.
yourself. Anyway,
Next up, I want to say,
next
I
up.
would say, if you were gay, wait until your senior year of high school or college to start dating.
Oh,
Because I think in college it's safer, and then when you're senior year, you're on your way out, so like
that's true.
it's safer. But also, there is not enough people that talk about young queer people dating, and it's so different from regular dating. It's
Oh,
so different
oh, 100%.
because
Because,
it's just expectations are different, the
oh,
dynamic
yeah.
is different. There are times where like they're not out as, and when you're in high school, no one's really totally out. I feel like.
unless you, because the thing is, high school is it's such a difficult time because unless you know for a fact that, your school populace like wouldn't judge you
Hmm.
for coming out, most of the time I know, a lot of queer people wait until they're in like college to even like fully blossom, you
Hmm.
know? And he's right. When you're a senior in high school, you're thinking about your future, you're thinking about, where you're going to go for college, you're thinking about all these things. And then if you get into a relationship, you can actually like, you don't have to feel pressured to like, keep that hidden for so long.
Hmm. But at the same time, like because when you're in a cis het relationship, there's
Yeah.
no need to hide anything.
Hmm.
But feeling like pressure to like, let's say, there's stipulations and there's so much like kind of acting involved in queer relationships at that age that I think can be very damaging. And like this, but I don't want this to always be the case. But I think for right now, until we get like a better representation for young queer people dating,
Yeah.
and better we have more conversations about it, I would
Hmm.
say, especially with all the anti-LGBTQ things happening in schools right now,
Hmm.
just play it safe. Play it safe.
And that's the thing that, when people give advice about, coming out,
Hmm.
if you are in, a situation where you know that you're you're gonna have to, if you get outed in your hometown or whatever, you're not gonna feel safe. You wait, just wait.
I
And
know it's tough, but surviving is the most important part of it,
yeah,
in my
because
opinion, at least,
when you go away to college, you will
or just
finally
way in general.
that too. Because, even though I went through it, college is not necessary.
Nor,
You do
nor.
not need a college degree to live a life and like work.
Hmm.
I know it like, may seem like, a necessity in today's world. And it's not to say that like you shouldn't go out and do it, because if it's something that you feel like you need to do, and if it's something you feel like is going to benefit you in the future, then go do it,
Hmm.
go get like a communications degree or something,
Yeah, yeah,
something like
computer science.
exactly like something basic. But
Hmm.
no,
What's
no,
your next
no,
point?
no offense to the communications majors out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, okay, this one is kind of like if you're in college. So when I was in my freshman year of college, and I feel like a lot of college freshmen kind of go through this.
Hmm.
Um, you're probably gonna hoe out just a little bit.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna go a little wild, and
your roommates.
it's probably gonna happen.
Hmm.
I never fucked my roommates, but no, never got there. But when it may seem like something that's kind of like, you may not think about it at the time, but when you're in college and you're kind of like hoeing around, get tested
Oh yeah, of
regularly.
course,
I mean, this is also just kind of like, basic health
general,
advice,
but
but get tested regularly. You may think that like, as long as, oh, I've got a condom, so like it's fine. But there are also like other diseases that you can catch, and like it's, you're not always 100% safe.
hmm.
It's still good, even if you are practicing safe sex, which you should be doing, still make sure, just get tested because you will
Yes, get
feel
tested.
so much better and you will at least know.
Be safe. Yes. Also, this is for like the middle school, high school era. Make friends with the girls and the nerds so that you have someone to be your partner in gym.
Oh.
Because picking, especially because you can't always just be like, oh, I'm friends with the girls. You have to make friends with some dirty or dorky dudes because they will be doing like, okay, girls do this, guys do this.
Mhm.
And then all the dude bros are gonna be like, yeah, let's go play some football.
Yo,
And you're
let's
gonna be like,
go. Let's
oh
go.
shit, I need a partner.
Yeah.
We could do a
They
whole segment about gym as in general, you need to like have. It's so embarrassing to walk up to the teacher and be like, "Hey, I don't have a partner,"
Yeah, and then
and
you
you
have to be
force you to be
partners
in
with the
a group.
teacher.
Or it's because the teacher, or the teacher will assign you to a group that doesn't like you.
Yep. And you're gonna I've been in that situation before where you have to like, go play basketball with like the dude bros.
Yeah, it's bad.
Like
So
imagine me as like a little middle schooler having to like awkwardly dribble a basketball around to like,
bad.
attempt to do something. It's horrible.
It is horrible.
So yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Lovely.
This next one is kind of another college one.
Mm-hmm.
Those all those like cheesy campus events that your college talks about, like, we are having a mixer for students in the student lounge from 6 to 10 p.m. Come on by. There's gonna be this and that and the other thing and
Or
blah
I
blah
have
blah.
pizza
Yeah,
and
exactly.
soda.
Yeah, all those cheesy campus events, if you are starting out the gate in college with like no friends, um go to those
Brag our
events.
listeners.
I go to those events. You will I guarantee you will probably meet some people there who are going to those events purely because like they don't have anything to do,
Mm-hmm.
or they just are like, I've got nothing better to do, so why not? And if like, oh, I don't really want to, sit around in my dorm all night, you will probably, meet some people there that you, even if you like guys don't become besties, you will at least meet somebody who you can like kind of be chummy with and
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
have in your corner. Because
Absolutely.
there's, when Josh and I were in college, there were a lot of people that I met who we may not have been besties, but we were very like good. We were like kind of good pals, and
Mm-hmm.
I could always like hit them up if I needed to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's good to at least have people in your corner for situations like that. So even if it may seem stupid, go,
Go, yeah.
because you will. I guarantee you, at least after a while, you will probably find someone.
You will. And also, oh my god. A lot of people feel homesick and like sad and like all angsty about being in college the first few weeks of school.
Yep.
I certainly didn't. I was so happy to not be in the house, but some of you might. Um, and your alternative is going to be just sitting in your room doing nothing or doing
Yeah.
homework, which you
Yep.
should be doing your homework, but also like, who the fuck does homework? Fucking loser. Um,
Nerd.
um. So
Fucking
yeah,
dork.
you're gonna have a much more interesting time if you like socializing, interact with people.
And trust me, coming from an introvert, that's why, and again, that's why I'm saying go to those weird campus events. Like,
That's what they're
because
designed to do. Introduce.
hmm you're gonna force yourself to socialize. And coming from an introvert, I cannot tell you how many people I met at those events that I like, we may not keep in contact like as much nowadays, but you know, we have a good rapport.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good rapport, and it's good to have those relationships.
Absolutely.
And
Another thing I want to talk about was
yeah,
if you are going to school, this is kind of like an in general one. This is kind of in general, but I think for me, this would have been important to hear. You are in total control of your education. It is totally up to you what you do and do not learn.
yes.
People take for granted things like the internet. You can learn anything, and
Mm-hmm.
also I think especially in our industry, the culinary industry, there are so many people that are willing to teach you, and there's so many people that like want like their way of doing things to be passed down that
Absolutely.
they will you'll be a dishwasher for a while, but like they'll chefs have massive egos and they want to and and basically having an apprentice is a major way to inflate that ego. So something too that this chef Howard told me in an Instagram live thing that he was doing is that all your textbooks have references and those references have references where they got the information for like everything. So take advantage of you. You are in control of your education. Do not sit around and wait for someone to give it to you. You are
Period.
you are totally in charge of what you do and do not know,
Period poo.
and that's on per.
And
So
speaking of education,
let's take a
let's
break.
take a break.
And if you're me, quit.
Just bye.
Bye. And we are at the end of another podcast. Everybody say "aw."
Aww.
Yeah, unfortunately, but all good things must come to an end.
But
And this
don't
is one of this is one of the better things that come to an end.
don't cry because it's over.
Because that makes
Smile.
you a bitch. Oh no. Smile because it happened. That's how it
don't
goes. You're right. I got it mixed
don't don't cry because it's over. Smile because you got 4 for 4 at Wendy's.
Yes.
I
Well,
wish.
they have those biggie
But
bags now.
the 4 for 4 is gone now.
Wendy's it's on
And
site.
it's so
You know,
disappointing.
me
But
and Wendy are gonna get into a fight.
have you had their fries? Their like new fries that they're doing?
No, because I've been on record recently saying that Wendy's has the worst fries of any fast food joint.
Oh, that's right.
Did they step it up?
I think that they're really trying. To be honest, I think that like, I mean, McDonald's we know kind of like holds the key,
Yeah,
but I honestly would say Wendy's is like a little bit better than like Burger King.
really, because I think
Even
Burger Kings are really solid.
I don't know. I guess I mean, Burger King's, I don't dislike Burger King's fries, but
Well,
like,
I like a big fry, so
okay, that's fair. Yeah,
and Burger King's are massive.
I guess it kind of like depends, are you in the mood for a nice thick spicy one?
Well, because also thing too is that Wendy's fries tend to be a little soggy, and I don't like that.
Mm,
So if they've stepped it up, then I'm very happy to hear that. Because I
hope
also Wendy's is just kind of greasy, but it's so good.
I mean, because I don't know. I honestly don't mind like a good like baconator.
No, the bacon.
I
No,
don't
I'm not saying
I
anything's
don't
bad.
know.
I go to Wendy's and I eat that shit up. It's so good. It's
Hmm.
delicious. The baconator with the tomato and the mayo, and it's kind of getting everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's kind of falling out, but it's good. And you're eating
Yeah.
bacon that's covered
See,
in ketchup and mayo off the
I
little piece of
think
paper that you eat it over, and it's delicious. And
yeah.
you have your frosty, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah. See, I think that though about whenever I go to McDonald's and I get like not the Big Mac, but the quarter pounder.
You know, Big Macs
Any
kind of
anytime I have gotten a quarter pounder from McDonald's, the box that it's in, the little like to go box,
fall.
it's always been greasy. There's
Oh,
always like
really?
a there I've never not gotten that's why I don't get the quarter pounder anymore when I go to McDonald's because there's always like a grease mark because it's
Mm,
just so greasy. That's why I usually just stick with like a McChicken or even like a Big Mac.
fair enough. I usually get like a quarter pounder or chicken nuggets because
Yeah.
the mobile app has the deal. It's usually like
Mm.
buy a quarter pounder, get some chicken nuggets for free, or for
You
29.
remember when we went to see Conan Gray and you tried to like pull that scheme of like getting me to download the McDonald's app to like
Because there's so much. There were at that. Okay, so during the Conan Gray concert, there were some fucking banging ass deals, and we just
Mhm.
could not get it to work, and I was so mad.
Yeah, it's Boston, man. Anyway,
Weston, yeah.
speaking of McChickens,
Oh shit, we just
um
did a whole ass another segment.
you can subscribe to rate and review the latest and the gayest on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, uh, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Radio Public. And also, please follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at TLATG Pod to stay up to date on all things the latest and the gayest. And also, please check out our link tree, which can be found in the bio of all of our social medias to not only find our social media links and where you can listen to the show, but you can also find some great links and resources on different like charities and organizations that you can donate to. We have stuff for abortion funds. We have stuff for um, shooting victims. We have stuff for some really great like BLM charities. We've got a lot of great stuff on there. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can find every past, present, and soon to be future episode of The Latest and the Gayest available for free. And this episode will be available on the YouTube channel next week following the brand new episode. And with that, it has come to the end of yet another Slay Gay Bay day here at the latest and the gayest. And with that,
Okay, goodbye. I don't know what just happened.